Hello, welcome. It's Tasha at Tarot by the Moon. Thank you for joining me once again. Thank you to everyone who supported the extra video, the Mabon extra. I'm so glad that you enjoyed that. I enjoyed it very much too. So we're back. Now, we're in a waning crescent in Cancer, and we're just about to enter the dreaded Mercury retrograde season, which goes from the 27th of September to the October the 18th. These are transits that happen 3 times a year, famous for causing a lot of confusion. The funny thing is, this is the second take of this I've had to do because Mercury retrograde, man. Okay, so I'm not going to waste time because this might have to be a shorter reading than usual. So I'm just going to keep it as succinct as I can, even though there's quite a lot to go over. So we know Mercury retrograde causes confusion. It's a time of constant changes. It's a time of ups and downs. It's a time of thinking, I thought I knew what was going on, and then you don't. That can, on top of that, with a Cancer waning moon, and Cancer's a little bit like, on the dark side of Cancer is very much like you want to just stay in your shell and you just don't want to know about any of the drama and whatever. So with that together, that's quite a blend this week, especially today. It feels like a lot of stuff's coming up in the microcosm, in the everyday life. So its classic examples are like you might have to add something up and then you might have to add it up another 3 times. And you have to keep going back over what you've already done, or you've lost something, and so you have to go back over your steps to find the thing that you lost. And the same thing applies with a bigger issue. So you, especially with Cancer as well, very famous for looking back, holding on to the past and things like that. So you might find yourself really getting lost in those sorts of questions like, where did I go wrong on the big stuff, or how have I ended up here on the bigger stuff, all those sorts of things. The good news about it is, and to be honest with you, this sort of been bubbling up in the last few days as it does. It's all come together this morning. I recommend you all to go over and have a look at Astrology Hub and have a look at Christopher Renstrom talking about the Mercury retrograde, because it's just fantastic the way he explains it, and it's so entertaining to watch as well. So we can expect confusion, we can expect changes. This happens 3 times a year. Let's learn how to go with it instead of it letting it wear us out to a frazzle by October the 18th. Let's learn together. Let's share our experiences and see how we're going. It's okay to backtrack is what I've sort of gelled in my brain this morning. It's like, it's okay to backtrack because then you see where you've gone wrong or where another way could be. So it's interesting to sort of look at it from that perspective. It's about pathfinding. So I'm like, yeah, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. It's time for a reading. Now, the other thing with the waning moon in Cancer, you're absorbing a lot more at the minute, more than you normally would. Okay, very empathic sign, very absorbs everything around us. So again, the need to sort of catch in and look after yourself will be strong. The need to look after other people will be strong as well with the Cancer moon. Make sure you're not wearing yourself out, because with the Mercury retrograde as well, October the 18th is quite a way away, really, in cosmic terms. So yeah, it's fine. You want to go on your shell, and with the waning moon, that'll make you want to slow down as well. So all of those things are going to sort of make you want to go inward and slow down. That's okay. We go in with that. But we don't have to go in there then and be lost in all the confusion, wore out by it all. We can understand what's going on. We can take a bit of patience with ourselves and backtrack. We can be resistant to absorbing too much because we know we're too sensitive at this time. We can take care of ourselves, and that is just like simple things like, I'm a Cancerian myself, and it's like just the hottest, deepest bath, with some nice salt in. That's so Cancerian. Cooking something really comforting or something like that, just writing it out for a couple of days, because then remember that energy will change in a couple of days as well. So then we'll be in Gemini. Then we'll be back to being curious about everything, and the energy will shift again, you know. But right now we're in that sort of cutchy Cancer sort of vibe, and it's fine. It's all good. So that's the energy we're going into this reading with, my loves. I'm just a little bit there because I've had to do a second take of this, and I'm a little bit worried that I'm not going to be able to get it done. So I feel like it's blocking me a little bit, to be honest with you. I'm just going to sip some water. Okay. Okay. A lot of activity this week as well, over the last couple of days, in the heart chakra, especially this morning. When I woke up, a lot of activity in the heart chakra and a lot of anxiety, to be honest with you. And I know a lot of it wasn't my own. I sorted that out pretty quickly. I knew, you know, this isn't my anxiety. This is anxiety that I'm picking up off the collective, that I'm picking up off my soul tribe and other people around me who are feeling stressed out, maybe. Again, so it's very absorbing. So you might have walked, you know, if you're just feeling that straight away. Also, the third eye and the crown chakra this week's been really busy, but it feels like it's and somebody else said this to me, and I can't remember who it was now, but it's sort of verified it. It feels like it's sorry, yes, Mr. Milo, you can. He's got some kind of allergies. I've had to give him an antihistamine this morning, so he's a bit. They've been cutting the grass in the park, so he's a little bit itchy, love him. But it feels like something's being tuned up there. I can't explain it, but and I mean that on the collective, okay, as well. So I'm just about ready to go in with this reading, my darlings. Right. As always, we're just going to call upon the highest vibration of love and only love into this reading for ourselves, for the planet, for all of the people. Nothing but love, nothing but radical compassion for all of the wildlife, for all of the animals, for all of the aquatic life, for all of the plants, for all of the interdimensional life that we don't even understand, for all of it, okay, for Mother Gaia. Let's just bring in the highest vibration of love, and remember how important it is for us to try and stay in this high vibration of love. This is how we're truly moving forward for humanity, okay? Okay, let's see what messages are going to come up to aid us and guide us all, both collectively and as conscious individuals. That's what I always say here, Tarot by the Moon as well. So let's go in. It's these ones today. I already have a little meditator on the cards and everything before I check in with you guys. It's these ones today. Straight away, what wants to come out? Okay, what are we doing there? Okay. Oh, I had a feeling of that as well. Okay, right. So, belly rumble. I always find I work better when I've eaten, so I have breakfast early, a small breakfast, and then I do some work, and then I eat something else little. So it's like, right, okay, we've got an extra card here. So I'm loving that though, because that's a perfect filter card for us straight away. So, I do this a bit intuitively, as you know, it's a little bit different every time. But we've got basic elements here. I want to say as well, let me just make my camera angle a lot better. I want to say as well, thank you and welcome to new subscribers. Thank you so much. This is the way we do the reading. So I've already explained the phase of the moon, so we're working with those energies. This area represents air. We've got air, water, fire and earth, representing the mind, the heart, our passions, and what's actually manifesting for us on the physical plane, okay? How we're pulling this through from the divine into the physical, okay? Because that's where it all begins, is up there, is up there in your loftier aspects. That's where all the good stuff begins that we're trying to create around us and in the world, okay? So let's see how we're doing with that. Now, straight away we've got a Tower card here, okay? something is crumbling away, inevitably, and it needs to happen. I mean, no tower stands forever. Sooner or later, it's going to crumble. Sooner or later, it's going to be struck by lightning, you know. Trees are going to grow out of it. It's just a pile of rocks. It was once a grand tower, now it's a pile of rocks. So people are just being thrown out of it there, okay? It's split through the middle. It's irreparable. And it's just going to become a feature of the landscape now. It's just going to become history, literally. They're being thrown out of it whether they like it or not, you know. Sometimes when we're going through a tower time, we cling on, all right? No. I mean, no, it's time to get out. This is what this is clearly saying. Now, I'm applying that to the collective as well, and it is. It's like if we were ever living, like, collectively on the big grand plan sort of thing, in a tower time in history, it is definitely now. And what are we escaping? What are we getting away from? Well, we're getting away from old ways of thinking, old ways of doing things, old ways of reacting to things, energies that just do not serve us anymore whatsoever. Difficult when it's all we've known, perhaps, as well. This is why we cling on. But sure as Sherlock, that tower is, you know, done for. It's time to move away from it. It's time to move away from the fallen masonry. Get yourself to safety. And by that I mean in your vibration, okay? Because what we can do, we can stay in the vibration of the world, which is just reliving, or, you know, all of the drama, reliving all of the fear, reliving all of the horror over and over and over and over and over again, and then wondering why the world is in a state that it's in. Well, no, you've got to change your own vibration. The way to escape that is to just, like, actually go, yeah, I'm not having that anymore, I'm not buying that anymore, that doesn't hold any truck with me anymore, sorry. I don't believe in that. It's not the world that I believe in. You know, I believe, you know, obviously these things are happening, but we believe that something better can come. You know, well, it's not going to come if we're staying stuck again in the same energies that have created it. So it's our spirit asking us to completely leave all of those attitudes behind, and that's a little bit scary, really. That is a little bit daunting. It's like going into the unknown for humanity. But as I say, sure as Sherlock, it's going to happen whether we like it or not, because it's just how humanity's going to have to survive. It's just how we're going to have to start seeing things and doing things differently. And like, it's interesting that I've already brought up about the microcosm and the macrocosm, because that's exactly what I mean. So what's going on the world stage, yeah, but then what's going on in your life as well. You know, they say the revolution will not be televised, all right? Well, no, it won't. But that also means the revolution is very much internal. You can't better televise that. If each one of us is making those changes and choosing to act out of a higher vibration, then there's no televising that, is there? Going to move on. Justice in the reverse. Now we've got, this is what's been going on, right? This is what we're getting our head around. We're getting our head around the fact that we're in Tower. This is where we're at in history, all right? It's fine. Many of us, I feel like we've been waiting for it all of our lives. Many of us were born for it. Many of us believe we've been here lifetimes before, and we're so ready and so privileged to be even witnessing this shift in humanity. So, you know, it's all good. I don't see how on a big scale that, you know, even though there's grim details in between for sure, but I don't see, when you stand back and look at it on a big scale, how that could be anything but positive change. And even if that is coming up in your own life where you're having to face your own tower issues, you're going to have to face them. So you may as well see it as an opportunity for growth. You may as well, because there's no rebuilding that. There's no saving there. You know, just get yourself away from it. Justice in the reverse. Now, this is coming up in the element of water and our emotions. Alright, now the scales are upside down. So the scales are not balanced here. Something feels very unfair. And it is unfair, but then nobody told us it would be fair again. So it is unfair. You have been treated unfairly when the scales are imbalanced like that. You have given too much and not got back. And people might not know the side of your story is what comes up with the justice in reverse as well. So you might be able been trying to stick up for yourself, tell your side of a story. You know, if you know, all of those sorts of things, it's not fair. At the end of the day, it is your happiness more important than having your side of the story told. The truth is the truth. The divine is always watching. You know, people make things up, people tell lies, people hurt other people, okay? They know that they've done that. They know that they've done that, okay? So their own divine is, you know, there's nothing you can do. It's what we always come back to. It's tough, especially in the emotions. It's wounding. I won't lie to you. It is unfair. But again, it's a chance for us to grow, okay? It's a chance for us to see where we can make better boundaries, see what tower is actually just a lump of decaying matter in our lives now that we just need to step away from. Don't stay in that energy where where this unfair feeling, there's a very strong emotion here of something very unfair. Now, well, yeah, if you're going to stay in this, if you're going to hang around this crumbling tower, then you are going to end up feeling like that, okay? This is why we do tarot, so you've got the choice. You don't have to stay in there. The tower's asking you to move away. Sometimes life just isn't fair, and we all know that. I mean, we all know that. That's part of the human experience. But I feel like things have got a way of catching up and working out in the end, and I know a lot of you probably have that in mind as well. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how unfairly somebody's behaved or what's falling apart or whatever. Again, this is similar to on a theme with the one we did the other day. If you know in your heart that it wasn't you, and you're walking away with your head held high, even though that wasn't fair, all right? And that's worth. To me, you've got to remember that's worth more than getting your side of the story out, because often that'll just cause arguments, it'll just cause even more drama and bloody blah blah blah. A lion doesn't need to roar that he's a lion. Yeah, exactly. Just be divine, just be yourself. This will pass. It's all going to get sorted out in the big grand plan. And we're moving forward, regardless of the unfairness, okay? We're definitely moving forward from this, that's for sure. We've got no other choice. We've been left with no other choice. The World in Reverse, a lovely card, beautiful positive energy, and I absolutely love this image. And please absorb this positivity for a minute, because once again, we've had a heavy start to that one. I like bumps on that. There it goes up. There we go. Right. Now, look at that. This is about completing a cycle. This has come up in our area of fire, passion, drive, willpower, solar plexus, creativity, how we're getting things done, okay? Look at her. I mean, it's the spirit of creativity. It's the spirit of joy. It's the spirit of joy of life. You can still be joyous in life. You can still feel it in your passion. Thinking of a song, it's an old song by the Waterboys where he's going, I've been hurt and I don't care. I've been dirt and I don't care, because inside there's a fire, a life, a spark. Alright, it's a fantastic song. It's called Savage Earth Art, actually, if you did want to look it up. And that's that feeling of, yeah, you're stuck in this tower with all of this nonsense, right? Justice is in reverse, very unfair. But you know what? I've been hurt. I don't care. Because inside there's a fire. And isn't it interesting it's come up in the area of fire? Life. And you're dancing forward. Can you feel it? So you only need that little spark of passion. It's all we need to dance this back into life. It's all any of us ever need. As long as there's that little spark of passion left that you've got for life, you're going to find your way through, that's for sure. Now, we did come out in the reverse, okay? But this, again, is one of those major arcana cards that is so positive. It's still positive even when it's in the reverse. It just means things are taking a little bit of time, which we can expect within Mercury retrograde. So now, although it doesn't, the other thing about Mercury retrograde is although it doesn't start till the 27th of September officially, you may well have started to feel the effects of it depending on where Mercury is in your chart. That's quite normal as well, okay? So I mean, this is about going forward with a brand new energy, and you will have a brand new energy after walking away from that, because Christ knows how long you've been stuck in that, all right? And I know collective globally, yeah, eons, yeah. Justice in the reverse, you know, you will feel like it's a brand new world. You're stepping into a brand new world that you're creating for yourself, and a brand new cycle that you're creating for yourself. Many of you might just feel like getting out and about a bit more and a bit more lively. And it's long, you know, if this is coming from your passion, if this is coming from your solar plexus and your spark, please do it. Please fan that flame, fan that spark, because yeah, all right, it's gonna propel you. It's gonna propel you, you know, forward through the next cycle of this moon over the next week or so. What we got here in the area of Earth is the Fool in reverse. Again, lovely positive card and perfectly works well with the world. Again, it's about ending a cycle and beginning a cycle. The Holy Fool. He loved the Fool energy. It's the first card of the tarot, okay? And it's numbered 0. It's a magical number. It's a holy number. It's about beginning and end, without beginning and without end, yeah? Now, he is off on his journey. He is off on a brand new journey. He's got no fear in his heart at all. He's got lots of hazards around him. Can you hear Mr. Milo? I don't know what he's doing out there. He's very distracting me. He's got lots of hazards around him, but he never notices those hazards, okay? But he doesn't worry about them, okay? He's not a worrier. He just goes forward with confidence, joy. Yay, life, you know, that's the Fool. Yay, look at me, life, look at me. Look at me, I don't care. I've just got away from this tower. I've danced away from it. And I'm about to embark on a whole new me here, all right? I've left that behind. I've learned all about that, and here we go. This is what we manifested in the physical after leaving this tower. After accepting the things and off it, all right, and dealing with it in the best way, the wiser way that we can, instead of creating more drama. Taking your spark of joy, dancing forward with the energy of the Fool, a brand new beginning, a whole new cycle, lots to learn, it's like a whole new adventure. It's like lots to learn, lots to know. And what else came out for us with this 5 of Wands to filter all of this through as well, my loves? We've had this before as a filter, I believe. I like it. It's typical really of the energy of this week, to be honest with you, because there is a fair bit of drama with the 5 of Rods. Does feel like there's a lot of confusion, a lot of people are trying to get things done. Everyone's feeling the retrograde, so everyone's having the plans thrown. Everyone's confused. Everyone's not getting what they wanted to get done. Everybody's getting the wrong result. No, it's chaos for everyone, is what I'm saying. So it's going to cause a 5 of Rods kind of environment. It very much is, because it's about drama, it's about confusion, it's about everybody trying to get something done and people clashing, butting heads and all of that kind of thing. The good news is it's only a 5, so on a drama scale, it's a 5. So there can still be peaceful solutions found, all right? And that's the whole point of this chat and the whole point of this tarot reading. So we can understand what's going on. We can understand what's going on for other people, even if they don't get it. So we can be more compassionate with ourselves. We can be more compassionate with others. We can learn not to let it wear us out and let it escalate into a 10 of swords or something, you know. Let's just keep it here as manageable here, a 5 of rods. It feels as well, this is a little bit about, and we had this in a different card the other day though, it's about victory. It is a card of victory, excuse me scratching it. Mr. Milo, he's been scratching, he's made me scratch. It's a card about victory and success, but after a time of all around the houses, like we say, yeah? So it's teaching us and showing us that we need to hang in there through this. So through this confusing sort of time that we're in, we just really need to hang in there and remember the 5 of rods and go, oh, it's not so bad, it's going to be fine, we're going to be okay in the end. We don't need to start wars over it or fall out over it or make things even more confusing and dramatic over it. We can learn to have a sense of humour. The Fool, very much about having a sense of humour actually as well, that's been shown to me there now. Taking care as well though, because he did come out in reverse, so I do feel like I need to say, especially to you guys here who listen to me regularly, alright, because this is what we're manifesting on the physical, this is what we've filtered in, right? Be careful, because mishaps, alright, take care when you're out and about and things like, just because he did come out in the reverse, so maybe some of those hazards around him, pay attention is what I'm saying. Slow down, pay attention, remember we're in a retrograde, don't escalate things, don't go having a strop and getting your sleeve cut on the door, if I ever have a strop, it's hilarious, honestly. People who've seen me have a strop will tell you it's so funny. One time I've done it a few times, in fact, I've nearly walked it. When you strop, when you get out of a car or whatever and you strop and you walk up to shop door, building door or whatever, and it's glass and you just walk straight. I've done that a few times. It's that kind of energy with the Mercury retrograde that I'm a bit worried about. So be careful you don't go doing anything daft, hurting yourself. Right, slow down. If you feel like your energy's getting a little bit hectic, which you will, because we're only human, it's going to push our buttons, feeling frustrated and delayed, just slow yourselves down and remember what's going on. Slow yourself down and ask your guides for help, ask for help in slowing down, ask for help in lightening up, alright? Ask for help in finding the joke in things, alright, because it's there, it's always there, the joke is always there. I mean, it's terrible when you fall over and hurt yourself, but it's the funniest thing in the world as well, isn't it? And I'm getting that sort of energy, so just, I don't want to have feedback this week where you've all got back to me and said you've hurt yourself or something, so just take your time and remember what's going on, and take a bit of extra care there, I'd say, with him in the reverse is all I'm being shown for that. I'm going to do a couple more. Hopefully this is going to be okay with my PC. So let's see what's coming up for my loves. Okay, let's clarify this. Let's clarify this Tower in reverse, please. Let's see what's going on here for somebody, please. Okay. Right, we've got 3 cards to clarify the Tower for somebody up there, lovelies. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay. Oh. Okay, we've got another Fool in reverse here, funny enough. So somebody out there might have already had a bit of an accident. This is coming to clarify the Tower for my little collective out there, alright? So I'm just letting it form now, just having some download and communication with this. And it's like somebody out there that may have already done something silly, and I don't know. I feel like something like that has happened. I also feel like maybe... Okay, the 10 of coins is in the reverse. Alright. And the Empress is in the reverse. All right, we're going to get through this now. It feels like somebody's feeling right out of their element at the minute, you know, this Tower situation. And it's going to, I mean, it's toughest energy in the, well, you know, it's in the toughest times in life when you're going through your towers. All right. You will feel a bit discomfort. You will feel a bit off balance. You won't, you know, your Empress energy is still there. She's still there. All right. She wouldn't have come out at all if the Empress energy weren't still there with you. But she's come out in the reverse, so she's not very happy here, you know. She's not feeling comfortable. She's not feeling like she can be her true self. Things are holding her back there. It might be a minor illness or a minor injury or a little accident that you've given yourself, and it's getting you down a bit. And I feel like somebody here is like really worrying about finances massively as well, for that to come out like this. And I mean, whoever that, you know, we're all in good company. I mean, none of us have got too much, especially you. On the collective, on the collective as well, money is upside down. I mean, yeah, but we got to see beyond that. And I've talked to you guys before about lack mentality, and that's like a psychological disease that humans suffer with, is lack mentality, and this keeps us in lack. And it's like a brainwashing technique as part that the powers that be use as well to keep us in there. And I've explained that in another video before, and I feel like it's like a little bit feeling stuck in that. Doesn't mean you are stuck in it, just means you're feeling stuck in it, okay? Especially in your mind, maybe, all right? And you know, just being reminded, me just reminding you of this now, okay, is going to trigger turning that around. If you're having difficulties of that nature, you're having difficulties staying positive through that vibration, the thing is, the more you worry about it, the more you're going to draw that to you. The more you dwell on it, the more you're going to draw stressful money circumstances to yourself, okay? If you let it go, if you can learn the trick of letting it go, you'll be surprised what changes quite quickly. Keeping it going is another thing, and like I say, we're all learning all the time. I mean, I'm not, you know, but I can recommend really positive affirmations for that, and it's Florence Scovel Shinn. Florence Scovel Shinn, My Word is My Wand. It's an audio book of affirmations, very, very powerful stuff. Shifted huge blocks in my mind. And it's available to listen to on YouTube. If you get in touch with me, I'll send you all the links for this and everything, okay? If you were interested, because I think it's going to really help somebody out there to get out of this energy, all right? And get back up where you belong, in your Empress, in your highest expression of divine feminine, all right? Highest expression of divine feminine wisdom. That's what you truly are. It wouldn't have come up at all, all right, if it wasn't there. The spark is there. We've got to fan that spark. We're going to go on now to see how we can clarify this justice in reverse with this unfairness. Let's not let it make us bitter, okay? Also, I can't help looking at the scales and thinking about Libra. We are in Libra season, I believe. As well, incidentally. Let's see now. Okay, I knew this one was going to come up earlier on, weirdly, when I was meditating and shuffling. Seven of Swords in reverse. It's about trying your best and trying your best and trying your best, but feeling like all your efforts are futile. Feeling like it's a complete waste of time, that things are never going to improve. And this has come up in our feelings, okay? And it's because we've been treated so unfairly. It's because everything, you know, circumstances are unfair. You're not getting a fair chance to get ahead. It's a lot of negative energy to be dealing with and trying to process, but you are processing it and you are dealing with it. Five of Wands, all right? You're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it right now. Does feel futile. Does feel like that. It's in the reverse, okay? So when it's in the reverse, this is a message from Spirit to say, Oh my goodness, you know, that feeling of really is, what is the point? Why do I bother? That kind of emotion is coming up there, all right? There is a point. There's totally a point. It's not futile. It's in the reverse. It's one of those cards that when you turn it around actually becomes quite positive. In this instance, even though it seems like it's futile and it looks like it's like on the, you know, at the last, on the 11th hour of the 11th, it's that energy at the last minute. There is still a way through. At the last bit, there is still going to be a light that shines, smashes through. If you can see that imagery there, smashes through that glass. All right, and then you're left with that. Because it's in the reverse, my loves, look what's happened. This is the magic of Crowley now. 7 of Swords, not a nice card. Thankfully for us, it's in the reverse. But look, when it's in the reverse, you get the Ace of Swords. Look what's happened here with the imagery when you turn it around. You get the Ace of Swords. So this becomes more like an 8 of Swords, where you actually do, just by hook or by crook, manage to smash through the obstacles. Of rods, sorry, I think I'm thinking of there. But the point is, this way round, oh my god, last thing we needed was a 7 of Swords, but it came out in the reverse, and this is what I mean about reversals. Sometimes they're a good thing, and it turns that right around. It puts the power back in your hands, actually, just when you thought it was all over, back in your hands with the power. Spark coming back to life, all right? Your passion coming back to life. You've been hurt, but you don't care, all right? I love that. I'm so glad that came out. And when I sort of thought about it earlier on, I had a flash about it. It just made me grin, because I couldn't really, in that moment, think about how that would. But yeah, there you go. I knew there was a good feeling attached to seeing it. I was like, I'm going to be glad to see that one later on. What's coming up here? Oh god, it's possibly too many. Yeah, too many. Let's try that again. Just 2 more cards, please. To clarify the world, the area of fire. While we're dancing our spark back to life there. Alright, where we're creating a new world from that spark, that divine spark that comes from our loftier side. Alright. Love it. Somebody's got an opportunity coming towards them, yeah. Let's just do that one first. Just do one at a time like that. Somebody's gonna get an offer from something, an opportunity of some kind. Now, it's an emotional card, and it's in the area of passions. So it could be romantic. On the other hand, it could be to do something that you're creating, that you're working on, that you feel very passionate about. Somebody might be stepping forward to make a genuine offer, to collaborate, to support you. Whatever's going on, you've been noticed for it. You've been noticed. You've been noticed for rising above all of this crap. You've been sorry, it's very no, but you guys, yeah. You know, people have seen how far you've come. People have seen, you know, this has been no easy thing. It shows a lot of character, and it's getting noticed, because somebody's coming towards you with an offer there. And that's a very genuine offer, okay? So if somebody, you know, if you're starting to think, well, that sounds a bit too good to be true, I can't believe my luck has completely changed now from all of this to that, because you chose on that path through, look, this path that Spirit is showing you. You know, Knight of Cups, this is somebody come towards you quite quickly. All the knights come towards us quite quickly. Knight energy is about something, an opportunity of some kind moving towards you quite quickly. It's if it's not an emotional thing, if it is like a work or passion project type of thing, bear in mind that we put love into that, and other people put love into that. So somebody might just be loving what you're doing, or something like that. They might just be saying, oh, I'm loving what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? And they really do, because they really, really do. That is genuine. If somebody comes towards you with an offer, okay, and that's going to help you propel you in your little dance forward as we co-creating this new world together. Do take it, I'd say. Do take it. I mean, always trust your own guidance and intuition. But I can see nothing but good coming out of that, whatever that is. Nothing but good. It's very exciting, and it's going to refresh your energy completely and create a completely different world to what you've been in before, where you're worrying about all of this, where you're worrying about money, where you're not, quite on your empress, where you're, daft little mistakes and daft things are happening because the energies are all, oh God, we're doing better. We're doing better. Let's have another card to clarify the Fool. Reverse. Oh, lovely. Love it. Love it, love it. 2 came out. We'll take 2 then. Success. 6 of Discs. This is about total success. This is about fairness in business. This is about fairness in finances. I love this. It reminds me of the round table. Equality, give and take. This can also represent charities, non-government organisations. So many of us might be thinking of starting a grassroots thing. Do it. Fantastic. All power to you. Many of you might be thinking about getting involved with local charities, local support groups for various things. Do it. Many of you might be a philanthropist yourself. Many of you may be receiving philanthropy at this minute. This is a good time to apply for extra support. So if you need funding, for instance, for something, or you're applying for grants for something, or you need to just ask somebody for a loan of any kind, or a pay rise, or any of those kinds of things, now's a good time to ask with that one coming up, all right? It might be a little bit round the houses getting to you with the Mercury retrograde, but the answer will be yes. Alright, with that. I love that. It also feels good for somebody here in particular who's been working quite hard and is going to get an opportunity or an offer or some kind of support soon, alright? Because this speaks of that kind of support too. So that support is coming in because you've stayed determined, because you've taken yourself out of that negative energy, because you've accepted that life isn't fair and decided to just dance your spark of passion back there. Good on you. It's fantastic. Also, prudence. It's another quite lucrative card. It's an 8 of Discs. So it's about carefully sort of, as you can see, this is an example of like looking after a plant. So the more you look after a plant and you prune it and you correctly and you water it correctly and you give it the correct sun and temperature and what have you, the more it'll grow fruit for you. So it's about taking care of all of those little things, taking care, sort of balancing and weighing in what's coming in and what's going out comes into it as well, carefully, being prudent, not spending too much, making sure, all of those sorts of qualities around abundance come into play with prudence. It's an 8. 8 is a number of abundance. 8 is an infinity symbol as well, which is linked to the magician. It's a very fertile, very abundant symbol. It's about looking after what you've grown for yourself. So, like I say, the analogy of a plant, it's about, like, you've planted those seeds, you've grown those seeds, you've nurtured those seeds, you've tended them, carefully, and now they start to show you some fruit, success, and I've gone cold here for somebody. So this is something nice for somebody, all right, and I feel like it's abundance. Once you've gone through that door with that Fool though, and you've got to go with that energy, or the quicker you learn to go with that energy, the quicker that's coming in. The quicker you learn to go, I know life's been really hard, and I know every time I try, it's not fair, and I get towers, and right, and I know, and I know, please believe me, I know it. But until we learn to go through that door with the energy of this Fool, all right, I mean, this is just going to come to us so much quicker when we can learn to do that. That's what Spirit's showing us here. So I'm so glad the fall has come up. It's like that's just exactly where we need to get with Mercury retrograde, because it is annoying. We all get annoyed when things don't go to plan. We all get annoyed when things get delayed and confused. Alright, we all get annoyed when we have to keep going back over things. But let's try and remember the energy of the fall. Okay? My belly's struggling so bad, you guys. Carry ourselves forward with a bit of humour. Carry ourselves forward with a bit of a light-hearted spirit. Look, he's got beautiful little wings, this one. Don't worry about the dangers, and the dangers won't find us so much. I mean, we still have some. We've already talked about that is there. But let's not fear it. The worst thing we can do is fear it, okay? The sooner we can do all of that, the sooner we're going to be in this energy, okay? And we deserve it, because we've been looking after something very carefully. Now, if this isn't money for somebody or abundance for somebody, this could just mean your own self. This could mean your own health, all right? That you've been just carefully being mindful, being careful, making sure you're getting your rest, looking after yourself as best you can. And that's not perfect. That doesn't have to look like a perfect day every day, you know, or any day even. But as long as it's the best you can and you're being mindful of it, and I feel like somebody is really doing that work and it's going to start bearing fruit, just remember the energy of the fall to carry us through this rocky little bit that we're in, okay? And I mean, we say rocky, it's a negative thing for me to say, really. We should think of it as, like I said at the beginning, something we can learn. Okay, it's another masterclass. Spiritually, it's another way we can learn to find paths to higher understanding, to a higher path for our own life. The higher vibration we're on, this is how we help. Okay, you can't help anyone. You can only help people from the vibration you're in. So if you're in a do you see what I'm saying? If you're in a negative vibration, you know, you can still help people. But the key to it all is staying light-hearted, my love. There's the message here very strongly. Staying light-hearted through the waning moon in Cancer, which could be a bit moody and heavy if we allowed it to be, all right? Staying light-hearted through the the dreaded Mercury retrogrades. Staying light-hearted through all of this nonsense, because we know we're moving towards better things. We know we're better than that. Please go and listen to Savage Earth Out by the Waterboys, because it's perfectly fits this world energy and this fool energy, moving away from that perfectly. Thank you for sticking with me again. I'm going to draw this to a close, my loves. I don't want it to go over too long today. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for your beautiful energy once again, all of you. Thank you for getting in touch with me. Please continue to get in touch with me. I love it when you all get in touch with me. Please leave me comments, likes and shares and subscribes. Please take care of yourselves. Slow down and take time when you feel like things are getting a bit frustrating. Okay, avoid. please take care of yourselves. And let's just stay in this, you know, let's focus on this, my loves, okay? All right. And that is it for today. I feel a bit like I've missed something. What's coming up there? Something's trying to come up. Bear with me a minute. Let's see what else comes up. Is there anything I've missed that we need to talk about that's important to talk? We need to focus on. High Priest. The High Priest. This is about learning and wisdom. This is about choosing the unconventional over the conventional, or the conventional over the unconventional. But making a choice between those two things often comes up around this. I love this High Priest. Look, he's sat in a magic mushroom room. I know. I love these cards so much. this is about like really serious decisions being made as well. Like, so like this could be deepening any kind of commitment that you already have. So you might be committed to a cause, a person, a job. Wherever your energy is committed, this is asking you to make an even bigger commitment to there. So if we're committing, for instance, to getting into the Fool energy to take us through the next week, all right, this is just Spirit stepping in and saying, yeah, and then some. And don't forget, he came out twice, interestingly, too. He came out again in another, there's the other one. Look at him. Okay, so we got 2 Fools. This was our star card today then. This is what Spirit is screaming at us, all right? Staying in the Fool energy. If you're having a wobble, go off and have a look at the meaning of that card. You'll feel a lot better. And the High Priestess coming in to say, yeah, I really mean it. I really mean it. You need to step that up. That needs to be taken seriously, okay? That needs to be taken seriously. The 2 Fools need to be taken seriously. I mean, I'm going to leave it at that. That's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back in around about a week's time, okay? Love and light. Bye.